Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is issue 41 of DeAgostini's Build Your Own X-Wing. Right, having a look through the magazine, as ever we start missing out a page, obviously, like normal. No, we start at the beginning. We're looking at Headhunters. I remember these. Z95 Headhunters from, they were in one of the early X-Wing games. Very cool, like X-Wings without the X, basically. Sebulba. Fair enough, not pilot. Technically, maybe sort of, but racer. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, on with the build itself now. Lower starboard engine. We're doing a duplicate of one of the other ones that we've done, but on the opposite side. This is the lower engine, so it's got the opening flaps for the landing gear to come out of. Let's have a look. We've got the lower rear engine casing, the lower front engine casing. Two doors, undercarriage doors. We have this piece, which is a retro thrust nozzle, possibly, maybe. Let me move up a touch so we can see. Parts from that: hinge retainers, cooling vane, gyro cone, lower and upper half. If I didn't drop it on the floor, bag of screws, and two. They must be the hinge retainers, actually, these bits. They must be the upper shroud and horizontal vane. So, yep, that's what we have today, this time. Get them off of the magazine. Now, as ever, I'll put the assembly pictures in the bottom corner down here, and the finished one up on the top there when I get to it. So let me move this out of the way so it's not cluttering up bench space for you. You might still be able to see it in the corner there, but don't worry about it. Right, step one, we're taking the lower front engine casing, which is that bit, and the retro thrust nozzle. Easy enough, and we're popping those together, making sure we get them the right way round, because that's got shaping happening in there, so that's got to be on the outside. Or is it the inside? I can't tell. Looking at picture number 3, I'm going to have to bring it back over here so it's into the light better. That's on the outside there, so it's that way round. And just getting those two pins into those two holes. Ah, right, the outside bit lines up with that as well. That's easier to see. Okay, so lining those up. And then just pushing them in. There we go. That's that. Right, take the 5 remaining engine components. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, so what we're doing with these engine components, we're taking that and that, putting it that way around. We've got the ejector pin marks there, which are going to be hidden, so we don't need to worry about those. Pushing those firmly together. They come through enough to enable it to lock onto that bit on the outside, which I'm sure is going to be stage number 7. Yes, putting that on the outside of that. Snap, good tight fit, snap fit, so we don't need to worry about that. There we go, that's that. Then we're taking the longer pin on the cooling vane. Yes, the one end is longer than the other. The long pin is going into there. Further than that. That's tight. That's a very tight fit. Let's make sure I'm getting it straight. Maybe the other way around. It's the only bit it will go into, so it's got to be that one. It's just got to be pushed in quite securely. There we go. That's that in there. Good. And then that bit goes onto there. Not that way round though, it's that way round. Just like that. A little bit harder than that though. These are good push fits, these ones. A lot of this, I can move that down there, and then I push that down there, then I push onto there, maybe. How's that not going in? One hole is bigger than the other. Ah, let's have a look. Fixing, matching, so I've got it the wrong way around by the looks of it, or is both holes bigger than the other? They look like they're the same size, but they look like they're not quite the same size. Let's try. That one definitely fits in there, and that, oh, that's a lot looser in there, so that is that one. So it's got to go that way round. There we go. Yeah. Strangely enough, it just says matching holes. It doesn't say one is definitely bigger than the other, so make sure you get it the right way around. I would have put that if I was writing these instructions. But there we go, that completes the engine internals, and it looks just like what it does in the completed picture. Assuming I got the completed picture. Did I take a picture of that? I'll make sure I have. Right, then we're installing the engine. So we need that, 2 screws, 06 screws, which we've got a packet of there. I'll split open those momentarily. And a part from the previous build. It was, actually we haven't done anything to build this yet. This is just how it comes. So we've got that. Let's cut open these screws. It says we need 2. There's obviously quite a lot in there, so we're going to be using the same type of screws throughout a chunk of this build. Right, we've got those screws, we'll put them to one side. I already have a screwdriver prepared. Let's get this that way round, and that way round, because this is going to go into that groove you can just about see in there. So that just sits in there like that. Okay, looks fine to me. Push it into the slots. Indeed, it have done indeed. This goes over the top that way round, because you've got the coloured piece that goes over the coloured piece, and that pin hole there is where that pin is going to go, as well as these 2 holes going into those 2 bigger holes. So I'm sure there's going to be a screw holding that together. So just making sure that lines up into that hole in the top there, which is further back than I thought. It's quite a way back. Come on, I can almost see it. There it is. Just there. There it is. So we've got that together like that. Now I never knew that these were not circular. There's an undercut on there. So there we go, that's it. Guiding the pin in. Indeed I did that. Push the parts firmly together. Now we need to turn it over and use the 2 screws. So yes, they go through those 2 parts there. Oh, I have put things there. This bit was separate, so that's been added onto it. So, as ever, putting in more than 1 screw at a time. Always put one in a little bit, and then get them all in. Make sure everything lines up as it should before you can go back and tighten them down. So that's it. 1 in there, and 1 in there. That completes the front of the engine casing. We can now assemble the undercarriage doors on the engine mount. So we're going to be using the other parts that we've got today. We have the lower rear engine casing, which again you've got to get the right way around. It'll only go that way because of everything lining up. Where are we looking? We're turning this round, and it's going over that end there. So again, we're going to have a couple of screws to put into there, no doubt. Yep, it says indeed 2 more screws. Let's get 2 more screws out. And they're going to go 1 in there. Or 1 around there somewhere, and then I'll drop it. There you go, it's coming out again. Let's try that again, shall we? 1 in there. Just in there. And another one the other side, which will go just in there. So again, before I tighten them up, make sure it sits where it needs to be. I'm not going to tighten them up. Now the next one, it says take 2 of the undercarriage doors and the 2 hinge retainers and 4 more screws. That's probably going to be the lot of them. It's probably 5 in here because there's always 1 spare. Yep, there we go. So 1 spare. I'll put that next to the box for putting away later. we've got the two doors and the two hinge panels. Right, so how are we doing this? We are lining up it's the same way around as the picture. I don't know which one's the right undercarriage door. Does it say on it? It's got 3 and a 4. I would suggest we're starting with 3, but looking at the indentations on the picture there, it's probably not. It's probably that one. So that's going to go over there. It sort of fits, but not quite. Will the other one fit better? No, the other one won't fit at all. They are actually slightly different. The hinges are not lined up symmetrically. So that goes on there, and that one goes on that way. Let's see if that one goes in better. No, they're still not wanting to close. Is that because I haven't pushed them in properly? Let's have a look. Matching its hinges in the holes in the engine mount. Yes, done that. Fit them through the holes. Hook the pins in. Let's see. Yes, they've got a snap on. Yeah, there we go. There's a little clip there and there that this needs to hook over. So we need to just push that and clip it over like that. And then that one works as it should. Do the same the other side while we're here. Clip and clip. So there we go. Those doors close-ish. Oh, they do sort of snap shut. That's that. So then we need to put the hinge covers over here. Are these in any way symmetrical? It says 1 and that one says 4. I don't know why they've got 1 and a 4 on it. Hook the hinge pins on so they close smoothly. Indeed they do. Place one of them which goes this way up, and then put the other one that goes that way up. They're the same. So it doesn't actually matter that they are even the same one way up or the other way up. So this is going over there. Yes. To hold that in place. So let's get the screws in there. Try and get the screw in straight. There we go. So that just stops this hinge piece from popping out, although it probably wouldn't, because it took a little bit of effort to clip it in there. So I'm sure it would have been okay, but even better to have it actually held in place with a bracket. Adds to the stability of the overall build, so I'm happy with that. That's fine. So that's in there. We can do the same on the other side, and this one's on the other side of this plate. There we go, that one. I'll grab that screw again in a minute. I think I might need to remagnetise my screwdriver. I think I need to remagnetise my screwdriver. Now to do that, I'm going to basically just stick a magnet to it, which should, there we go, magnetise the entire thing temporarily. So if I take the magnet off again, it will be non-magnetic once more. Or at least mostly. It might have some small residual magnetism there, but not enough to worry about. It's not very magnetised already. If you find it's not magnetised enough, move the magnet down further. And that should apparently make it non-magnetic at all. I don't understand that. There we go. I must have found a bit in the screwdriver that wasn't conductive to magnetism for some reason. There we go. So that's that on there. If you do have it even right down the end, it doesn't matter even if you're up against something, because it's only held in place by magnetism, so it will rotate. So there we have that way round in the picture. It says double check that the undercarriage door is still open. The trouble is they're closed, so you've no way of grabbing them, and you can't poke them from the inside because you've got no poking abilities. So it's just a case of getting a fingernail in there. They open that much, which is probably enough. Yeah, that's clearing the inside of there. So that will be where the undercarriage comes out, if you have the undercarriage out, which I probably will. So yes, there we go. That completes this stage, as it says. Now the last picture on the back is of something. It's obviously the headhunter, because that's what they've been talking about in this build. Attacking somewhere, on something, from something. I don't know. It's not from a game by the looks of it. It looks like it's from probably one of the graphic books, graphic novels, or just an artist rendering of something. So that was that. That was issue 41. Hopefully you've been building along and enjoying it. It looks quite good. It looks exactly the same as the other one of these we did however many months ago it was. But yeah. So there we go. Stay around for 42. I've got 5 issues of these ready to go, so hopefully I'll be releasing one every day. So a whole week of building fun, or at least building. So yes, thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.